Welcome back to Shadowline News, where we continue our examination of Kenya's political decay. In our previous episodes, we've explored how Raila Odinga has lost respect through his pattern of post-election violence followed by government coalitions, and how his supporters like Peter Kaluma have transformed from fierce critics to blind loyalists. Today, we witness the latest chapter in this troubling story. Edwin Sifuna, the ODM Secretary-General and Nairobi Senator, has become the target of a coordinated attack from within his own party. His crime? Maintaining the opposition role that ODM was elected to play. Alego Usonga MP Samuel Atandi has dismissed Sifuna's remarks as noise and committed to working with President Ruto while simultaneously proposing his replacement. The attacks on Sifuna revealed the complete hollowing out of democratic opposition within ODM. Atandi has announced a possible candidate to take over from Edwin Sifuna, suggesting that speaking English better somehow qualifies someone for party leadership over maintaining political principles. This represents the trivialization of democratic discourse in favor of sycophantic loyalty. Peter Kaluma has called for Sifuna's immediate resignation as ODM Secretary-General, stating that if he fails to resign, he should be thrown out of the party. This is the same Kaluma who now praises William Ruto as Kenya's best president, demonstrating how quickly yesterday's opposition becomes today's enforcers of political conformity. The coordinated nature of these attacks is particularly revealing. Naribari Chache MP Zahir Janda has called for Sifuna's resignation or expulsion from ODM, saying you cannot dine at the table of unity by day and sharpen swords of sabotage by night. This language perfectly captures the Orwellian nature of ODM's current position, where opposition to government policies is labeled as sabotage. If you're concerned about the death of genuine opposition in Kenya's democracy, subscribe to Shadowline News. We're one of the few voices willing to call out this political theater for what it really is. Hit that notification bell to stay informed as we track the complete transformation of Kenya's political landscape. Claims have emerged that Sifuna lobbied for a cabinet secretary position during the formation of the broad-based government, but was unsuccessful. Whether true or not, these allegations are being used to paint his current opposition stance as personal frustration rather than principled politics. This tactic of delegitimizing opposition through personal attacks has become standard practice in ODM's new political playbook. The tragedy is that Sifuna represents what ODM used to stand for. As ODM's top leadership rallies behind President Ruto, Sifuna finds himself in a lone corner, defending the very principles that once defined the party. His isolation within his own party speaks volumes about how completely ODM has abandoned its founding mission. Even Raila Odinga has hinted at convening a leadership meeting to respond to Sifuna's claims, suggesting that even the party leader is considering disciplinary action against his own Secretary-General for doing his job. This represents the complete inversion of democratic norms within ODM. The English language argument advanced by Atandi is perhaps the most insulting aspect of this entire episode. Reducing political leadership to language proficiency rather than ideological consistency or democratic principles shows how far ODM has fallen from its original mission. It's a perfect metaphor for a party that now values style over substance, loyalty over principles. Don't let them fool you with their political games. Subscribe to Shadowline News for analysis that cuts through the spin and reveals the truth about Kenya's dying democracy. What we're witnessing is the systematic elimination of dissent within ODM. Any voice that questions the party's collaboration with the Ruto administration is being targeted for removal. This pattern should terrify anyone who believes in democratic opposition as a check on government power. The irony is profound. A party that was born from opposition to authoritarian rule is now using authoritarian tactics to silence internal dissent. Sifuna's persecution demonstrates how quickly democratic institutions can be perverted when political expedience takes precedence over democratic principles. For young Kenyans watching this political witch hunt, the message is clear. In today's ODM, loyalty to Raila's personal political interests trumps everything else, including the party's constitutional role as opposition. The same voices that once spoke passionately about democratic accountability now demand blind obedience to political deals made behind closed doors. The Sifuna affair also reveals the generational divide within ODM. While older politicians like Kaluma and Atandi have fully embraced the politics of accommodation, younger leaders like Sifuna continue to believe in the importance of principled opposition. This conflict between principle and expediency is tearing the party apart. The attack on Sifuna represents more than just internal party politics. It's a direct assault on the concept of loyal opposition in Kenya's democracy. When party officials are threatened with expulsion for opposing government policies, we're witnessing the death of democratic pluralism in real time. As we reflect on the coordinated attacks against Edwin Sifuna, we're reminded that in today's Kenya, maintaining political principles can be a lonely and dangerous position. The sycophants have taken over, and anyone who refuses to join the chorus of praise for political deals is marked as an enemy. This has been Shadowline News, where we believe that democracy dies when opposition voices are silenced by their own parties. Stay vigilant. Stay informed, and remember that when politicians attack those who hold them accountable, it's time to question their true motives.